Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now, today we have a mission to accomplish, that is if the pirates let us, and that is to complete our fuel cargo drone. The drone itself is already complete, but we still need to program it, give it the waypoints and all of that. But before we get to do that, my friends, the warfare update has just dropped in, and when I say is just dropped in, what I mean is I was about to press play when the button changed from play to update, and you know, I got super lucky, I suppose, with that timing, and I already went. I got the DLC, so we now have a bunch of new blocks to play with. So these are all the new blocks that we got from that update. We got some new windows, some light panels, new reactors, new hangar doors, new batteries, sliding doors, searchlight, like I suppose this one can be used as a spotlight, and a camera, just the day after we build our cameras over there, but okay. Pretty cool. A heat vent, a helm, which I suppose it's like a control station, new thrusters, and some new gun blocks for the rocket launcher and the Gatling gun. However, there is new weapons in the game. I took a look at this, I just glanced over it, and they look pretty cool. So we have artillery guns with a maximum range of 2 kilometers, artillery turrets, assault cannon turrets with 1400 meters range, and the respective autocannons over here, plus an autocannon turret, a smaller one. So how about we take a look at this, all of these blocks. Let's see, what can I replace over here? Let's replace all of those. So we got the railgun, right? Whoa, that thing is big. Artillery, turret, autocannon. These things are rocket launchers and Gatling guns, so we don't care about those. Autocannon turret, and these are, I suppose, weapons like the Gatling and rocket launcher, but for the autocannons, small grids, I suppose. These yeah, this one is small grid only, so I suppose this one is the large grid one. Nope, small grid only as well. Okay. You are a small grid only turret as well, okay. With a small port and all of that. How about you? Autocannon turret. Don't tell me. Also small grid? Okay, this one at least has a large grid, which means we can replace some of the guns in our frigate. We have a billion Gatling turrets that could definitely be upgraded to assault cannon turrets. Okay, I suppose we'll have to find out what kind of ammo they use. Then we have the artillery turret. This is quite beastly. But once again, maybe we could... nah, I kinda want to keep the rocket launcher. But definitely we are going to replace some of these guns in the frigate. Maybe we'll replace the two first Gatling turrets with assault cannons. At least for now, and then we test them out, and in the future we find a way to upgrade with an artillery turret. If this thing has a 2 kilometer range, is far better than the rocket. We can keep our distance and shell our targets without coming in contact with their small grid turrets. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Now let's take a look once again over here, and let's just see. The autocannon uses assault cannon shells. Okay, let's go into the production menu and see what does it cost to make those. So, assault cannon shells, pretty cheap, I like it. Large railgun sabot, just a little bit of uranium, other than that, no problem. A little bit of uranium for the artillery shells as well. And small railgun sabot. Oh yeah, we also have the railgun. Let's take a look at that. Pretty sure I put it over here. Yep. This thing is maybe a little bit too large. It's bigger than This gun by itself is bigger than a frigate. Almost. Almost. So we probably are not going to use this beastly thing just yet. Nor am I going to adapt one of these into our capital ship. But still, maybe we can in the future like create if we create like a base somewhere, we can use this for our defenses. Cool, okay. So if we are going to replace the front Gatling turrets with cannons, let's put some of those shells into production, shall we? Now, these things are not cheap. No, they are not. They are pretty expensive, actually, but still, I suppose they are going to be worth their price in gold. And there we go, 2 turrets upgraded. With the autocannons, I'm pretty sure a little bit of ammo must be ready by now. So let's take a look at it. No. Shell, here we go. Ah, these things are quite large. Still, do you have a port, good sir? Let's see.
Energy low.
Susan believes no. Okay, so you have no port. I have one right there. I'll drop some shells. They should get collected. Now let's see the rate of fire of these things, shall we? Let's go into control panel. Assault cannon. Let's control one of you. And by the way, aiming radius. Oh really? You only have 1800 meters? I thought you said 14. Are you lying to me? You better not be lying to me. In any case, maybe that's just the AI aiming radius and not the full range. Now, how fast can you fire this thing? Not again. Let's see. Let's find a good... Okay. The 2 first shells fire rather quickly, but then takes a little bit of time to reload. Let's see the damage. Where did I shoot? That part over there. That did nothing, my friend. I was expecting like 2 massive craters after those explosions, but apparently nope. That's a no. Okay, well, I suppose that the pirates will eventually wander into our airspace and give us a reason to go test these new guns. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we remove this rocket turret and we replace the bottom Gatling turret with the rocket turret, and we put the artillery turret on top of this thing. I'll have to think about it a little bit. That's going to be a lot of ammunition types for us to carry in this thing, but truth be told, we have a container, so I don't think that is going to be a problem. I'm pretty sure we have a container, right? Yeah. You see, we have a small cargo container, so that by itself might not be a big issue. So, I'll just think about it a little bit. Well, at the same time, I try to figure out how to set the waypoints correctly for us to for us to dock with this fuel station, the pass and gas, because I know the theory behind making drones and their pathing, but I never done it before, so I kinda will have to be careful, you know, being the first time and all, so that we don't destroy anything around here. What the hell? The hell is that? 31.3 meters. Okay, that's new. That's interesting. I wonder what that is. Could it... It's not pointing towards the... Man, I don't have a good vision in here. It's not pointing towards the connector or anything. Some sort of collision avoidance? Maybe? Alright, my friends, I think this is a good assortment of ammunition. 248 shells, plus 80 missiles and 44 boxes of ammunition. And we leave a few shells and missiles behind, so that we have a little bit of ammo should become completely empty. And I don't understand what the hell is that. Oh! Why? What? And that... What is this new thing? It points like maybe targets and stuff like that, like friend or foe recognition. I don't know. I don't know. All I know it's new stuff, and I love new stuff. I love discovering new things, and yeah, pretty cool. Now, another thing, I know that I'm going to stray away from today's objective so hard is not going to be amusing, but I was thinking, and maybe we should upgrade some of the guns of our spacecraft. Once again, this thing is not a combat vehicle, this is a mobile base. That's why it's not armed with missile turrets, because I'm not going to shove it down the throats of our enemies, so we are within range to have the missiles work. It's purely for defensive purposes that we have the turrets. But now we have better defensive turrets. We could have, like, just a thought, at least an artillery turret right there. Replace one of those. I'm going to keep mostly Gatling turrets, because I'm pretty sure that most of the enemies that we are going to face are drones, and for drones the Gatling turrets are still probably the best thing, as that they just shred them out of the sky very easily. But still, we could, like I said, one artillery turret right there, and then replace some of these with autocannons, maybe these two with autocannons, and then we leave the rest as Gatlings. Let's see, down here, where do we have turrets? Those I want to remain Gatlings, and maybe these two we'll replace with autocannons. I think that's a good start, at least for now, but yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to replace the turrets that I mentioned, and you guys let me know if you want, you know, different turrets, a different loadout for our capital ship. And there we go. An artillery turret is now complete, although I have to admit I was expecting larger barrels, but still, there we have it. Artillery turret right there, two assault cannons, not autocannons. It's time for me to learn the name of things and stop misnaming everything from day one. Assault cannons on the top and two assault cannons on the bottom. As we had spoken previously, this is a major upgrade of firepower to our capital ship, but once again this thing is not supposed to see combat, so yeah, I don't think we are going to see these things in action, at least for now. Eventually we are bound to be attacked. Now let's take a look at the artillery turret. Do you only have... yeah, that was what I was expecting, a AI aiming radius, which means that, by the way, production, number 3, artillery shells, please make, I don't know, make 60 for now. Let's control you. So, pretty much what I assume is that in order for you to get to 2 kilometers range, you have to be the one controlling the turret. And that asteroid now has a new hole in it. Boom. Okay. Pretty cool, but for single player is a tad bit difficult to be controlling a ship and a gun at the same time, so I will be dependent on the AI to do the aiming for me. And voila! Artillery turret now available on our frigate. So pretty much I did as I told you guys before. I replaced the bottom Gatling turret with the missile turret. That one will be the one sticking out from the hangar doors. We still have these two Gatling turrets to make sure that we have sufficient protection against the drones and small crafts. And then we have the autocannons and the artillery gun, so that we can dispatch of enemies from long range and with extreme prejudice, given that these things go boom upon impact, which is just fantastic. Now I have to set up the AI for them. Not the AI, what I mean is the... this thing needs to be upgraded. Go like so, save that, and you, in fact all of you, AI aiming radius 800 meters, and the Gatling turrets, I need to make sure they are firing on missiles. That's pretty cool. Missiles on missile violence, I don't think that's a good idea. In fact, you don't even have that. And the autocannons, I'm going to assume they also don't target missiles. Target characters, we are by ourselves, so don't think so. Artillery, target small ships, sure, why not? Go crazy. There we go. So now we have command of our guns. Next time a enemy comes within range, we are definitely going to greet them so that we can test the new firepower that we just added. Okay, my friends, so the guns are cool and all, but we have to keep moving with our lives, and one of the things that we need to do is get the pebble in position. Now let me tell you, driving this thing is quite a challenge, because this camera is actually pointing up in the direction of the connector, so yeah, all the commands have to be pretty much figured out as I go. Spacebar goes forward, if I press back we go up, if I press forward we go down, so yeah, kind of a complicated task. Now that we are here, I suppose that we'll have to control this thing by looking at it. Yeah, so first let's bring the piston up. This is going to be the first repair job that we are going to do. Piston, come out, please. Those things have to remain turned off, at least for now, until we have the blueprint in place. Pretty sure I have most of the materials, and if we are missing something, we just produce it and the welders will put it in place. Now we have to remove these blocks over here. So pretty much the objective would be to align that weld block, that merge block with that merge block over there, and now that I look at it, I see that I have the merge block built on the wrong side. That's fine, let me bring the pebble there first, and then once we are closer I will just move the merge block into place. I mean, the final approach might be a tad bit difficult, but this thing is not that terrible to put in place. Just a little bit difficult, not exactly the worst thing in the world. I just need to move a little bit around, and eventually I will get it in place. Come on, this should be it. There we go, it's almost there. Bam! There we go. Connected, it's zapped into place. Cool, now if everything is correct, if past me has done his calculations correctly, the blueprint should align nope. It's either that or we are missing a bunch of stuff. Nope, we are a few blocks back too much. Okay, let me fix that. Yep, I think this is it. Everything seems to be perfectly aligned. So now we go over here, we turn on the welder, and we reverse the piston through the printing chamber. And there we go. The pebble has been repaired. So now I can put it down there, connect back in its connector, and maybe in the future we'll do some upgrades to it. This thing actually it's pretty neat. It's not that bad. It's just that the camera is a little bit too exposed, and having something to protect it would be nice. It would be in our best interest to have a way to protect the camera, but other than that, I am actually pretty happy with the performance of the pebble. Alright, my friends, so with those things out of the way, I'm just going to complete the cargo drone over here. Some of you have expressed your concern with the exposed gas tanks and asked if it would not be possible to cover them with glass, and you know what, glass is not the worst thing in the world. I like glass, so I'm going to oblige. Not right there. I'm going to oblige on that request, so just give me a moment so that we can put everything in its place, and then we are going to disconnect this and put it to the test. And just from you know, playing around, building that thing, if you recall, last episode when we came over here we had like 93% fuel, now we have 73% fuel. That's not good. I have to build nuclear reactors on this thing and turn off the hydrogen thrusters, the hydrogen generators, because yeah, they consume a lot of fuel over time. Well, my friends, I was making the final modifications to our fuel cargo over there, and the first contender of the night has just showed up. I'm pretty sure I have more than enough ammunition on me. In fact, I have the thingy. This thing is completely full. I only have 20 artillery shells over there, and plus a few extra on the cockpit. But nevertheless, we are going to pay a visit to... That's quite a weak acceleration, but okay. Those things probably are a little bit heavier than the other turrets. In any case, I'll see you guys once we reach firing distance. Okay, my friends, so we are getting within artillery range, so let's chill out a little bit. Let's chill out. And there we go. It's a far better speed. Let's point in that direction. Control U. Could you please point in the right direction, good sir? And... ooh, that was a hit! That was a hit! Okay, okay, okay. Let's continue. Now we'll have the AI do the rest, but we got 2 excellent hits on that thing. Oh boy! Oh boy! Chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. That's too fast, that's too fast. Let's broadside on this side. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's try not to stay still. That one turret is not firing for some reason, but that's fine. We'll change side. The other turret is more keen on firing. Maybe we have suffered some damage to that thing, but yeah. So far, it's not disappointing. Ooh. We lost some of our thrusters. That was to be expected. Let's turn on our missiles. We can... That's a lot of explosions and destruction, my friends. I think that we are quite safe over here. Let's keep on unloading on those guys. I think we have achieved destruction because they are no longer firing, and we got a... Okay, our front has suffered quite significantly, but that's fine. Oh, they are still pushing away. That's not okay. Have we run out of ammo? I seriously doubt it. Could you please point in the enemy's direction? Let's unload a few more, simply because... Isn't that a beautiful sight, my friends? Well, now that thing will fall into the planet, and we should probably get the hell out of here. We don't want to be within a gravitational influence, especially when we have this much damage. It was a pretty cool experience, but still... Oh, we are so close to the relay station. We almost had the relay station mixed in the battle. Okay, I'm going to go back to base, repair the frigate, and continue with what I was doing. Like, my friends, don't get me wrong, I really like the guns, but I don't like the new clanging. Yeah, did you guys heard that? There is a lot of pain in the game right now. Simply for adding or deconstructing blocks. Things are going to be interesting. Alright, my friends, so the prototype cargo ship is done, or in this case cargo drone. I built a seat over there simply so that we can accompany the craft on its journey, at least for now. Also, it would be a good idea to remote pilot it to set up the waypoints, and for that it's useful for us to be there. So I'm just going to do a final recharge on my suit, and we are going to release that ship and pilot it. Okay, so here we go. Time to deconstruct. Yeah, those noises are really worrisome. Last time we heard these kinds of noises, our anger imploded. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to assume it's just a bug, something to be expected given that that has been a massive update to the game. But still, if at all possible, I would like to avoid... I would like not to hear those noises, but in any case, let's now... We have a large grid available to us. No? Static grid, it must be this one. Let's control it. Yeah, it's this one. So we go into info, we convert into a ship. We should probably rename it. For now it's going to be the cargo drone. One of the suggestions has been the blimp. Kinda like that one. But for now, we can keep it at this. Okay, the gyros are actually pretty powerful. For this thing I'm barely moving the mouse, and yeah. Alright, okay, so time to set up groups, control bars, blah blah blah, you know the drill. Alright, so we have our hotbar set up, we have the bare minimum that we need. We can turn on all the engines and refill the tanks and the batteries. So, right now if we want we can drive it manually, of course, but well, we can mine it. So, if we go over here into the control panel, we can see the remote control block that we have built in the front. In here, you can enable the autopilot. However, in order for the autopilot to work, you need to give it waypoints. Those waypoints are GPS locations. I have a billion of them, but we don't want any of these GPS locations. No, 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 no. We want to set up proper waypoints to let the remote control block know where to go. Now, because of the way this thing works, which is, I don't know, I don't really know how this thing works too much, we need to create several waypoints around this place, going all the way towards the back of the refueling station to make sure that this thing approaches the connector lined up properly. So I will attempt to do that, but first I'm going to bring it as close to the connector as possible and start marking the waypoints backwards. So, what I mean by that, of marking our waypoints backwards, is we are going to mark first the last waypoint in the journey of the cargo ship, which is going to be when the cargo ship is attached to the connector. So as we can see, this is the perfect distance. I tried to get this as lined up as possible, like in all directions, right? This thing is super well lined up, or at least as best as I could. So if we go over here and we once again remote control the cargo drone, and then we go into the info panel, GPS, and we create a new GPS. Let's say waypoint dock fuel. We don't know if we are going to have several dock points, right? So for now, let's make it like so. Oops, that's not what I meant to do, but okay. Where is the GPS thingy? I'm like ultra confused. The waypoint is on the planet? What? Okay, okay. Let's try that again. I thought the cargo ship was obscuring the waypoint, that's why I moved it. Sure. Okay, so I think my mistake was that I created a new GPS entry instead of new from current position. Now, our waypoint... Oh boy, stop moving. I completely forgot that I am controlling this thing. Now the waypoint is where it should be, so pretty much, at least according to the my understanding of this thing, the remote control will be the thing going through the waypoint. So pretty much you want to have the waypoint where the remote control thingy should be. Now, from here, we have to create points, one of them going up, and some of them are going this way, right? Because we want the ship to approach our fuel station facing this way, so that the remote control, once it lines up with the waypoint, the ship is correctly orientated towards the cargo ports. Otherwise, imagine that the ship is coming from that way, well, it's going to look at that waypoint and just fly straight into it with the cargo point facing the wrong direction, and after that, you know, it would not, like, do anything. It would not attach, it would just sit in there being stupid. So, yeah, now from here we'll have to, like, give it a trial and error approach. Like I said, I never attempted to do this before. I have a very basic understanding of this thing, so we'll see if that basic understanding is enough. Alright, my friends, I have set up 5 waypoint approaches. They kinda circle around them. They kinda, you know, make a 90-degree turn into the position that the ship should be facing. The objective of having this waypoint 5 approach so far away is that wherever it is that the direction that we are coming from, we have a good distance away from the refueling station to turn the ship around. Now, once again, I don't know how this thing works. I'm going to find out now, so let's see. We'll have to give the approaches backwards, so it should be 5 first. Let's add 5, then number 4, then number 3, 2, 1, and then we point dock fuel. There we go. Let's go over here. Now let's set the speed limit to be, for our experiment, 40. And flight mode should be one way. And more things, more things. Let me think. We want to turn on collision avoidance, at least for now, and then I'm pretty sure that on the final approach over here, and we set up to collision avoidance off, otherwise the ship will not go anywhere close to the connector. Right, and then over here we can for now set up the thingy of switching locks, but the objective would be to activate a timer block that would turn on the connector, set the batteries into recharge, and set the hydrogen tanks into refill. Now, everything is set up, or at least the way I think things should go. So, fingers crossed, everything works as it should. So, are we ready? I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. So, this thing should be moving towards the waypoint 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and then a lock. Let's see if that is going to happen. Okay, everything was going perfectly fine until we reach this point. It was not, it did not, like, nope. Okay, so this is going to be a problem. This approach is no good. Also, the fact that we had some the collision avoidance on as we were approaching this thing, made the ship freak out a little bit. Okay, okay. Attempt number two. Attempt number two. Okay, my friends, so the obvious answer for this is quite simple. It even is going to simplify the life for us. We need to put the connector right here where this antenna is, and behind the connector we put the junction, and behind the junction we put the remote control. That way the ship is going to dock facing forward into the connector. To have the ship like bugger off from its position is going to be another challenge, but one thing at a time, okay? Okay, my friends, so we are not going to give up on this approach nor this design. I had another idea. I'm just going to move my ship away somewhere, and then I'll show you what is going to be different this time. I'm just going to go like this, say like this. Gonna start breaking now. So right now we're going to remote control. We can see that we are controlling the thrusters and the gyros, right? So if we go over here on waypoint approach 1, we are going to have it turn off the collision avoidance. Then on approach 2 we are going to have him turn on off. There is no turn off command, there is only the on off. So because it's on right now, once we reach approach 2, it's going to turn off the gyros, and that way it should not tilt down, and it should only use the thrusters to get into its position. So let's give it a try. Waypoint approach 5. I am commanding it right now, so it's not going to let me do the autopilot. But I'm pretty sure that this time things might work a little bit better. So let's go right there and let's go. Well, it failed once again. Don't know why. It should not be controlling the thingies, the gyros, and it's not. Why the hell did you tilt down then? You should not be able to tilt down if there is no gyros to be controlled, right? This is pretty strange, but okay, well, it was a good attempt. It was a good attempt. Alright, my friends, given that that didn't work, next attempt is going to be, we are going to into remote control in the approach level, in the way approach 1. We are going to have one action. That action is, over here, the remote control is going to start facing down. So pretty much, where was it? Here it is. I'm assuming the forward direction is like what the remote control assumes to be the forward. Right? So if we turn it down on the approach 1, that thing should not be using the gyros and should only use the thrusters, because, you know, it's facing downwards and there is no point in tilting the thingy, right? If it is already pointing in the right direction, right? That's my assumption. So, you know, I'm going to give it another try. Okay, my friends, so moment of truth. We'll see if this is going to work. Set it to backwards right now, and please don't tilt the ship. Please don't tilt the ship. Please don't tilt the ship. Oh, beautiful! It is going to be perfectly lined up. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please lock this thing. Almost. Well, let's be honest, my friends. This is the closest we have ever got it. So it's only finding a way to line this up by a few centimeters, and we are going to be golden. So I think we have found the magical solution to our problem. Okie dokie, my friends, so third time is the charm. The only thing... Hello? Where are you going, my friend? Oh, I forgot to... yeah, Yeah. Forgot to do one thing very important, which is go to remote control, and hello, forward is... yeah, forward is forward, not downwards. So I'll probably need to just adjust the roll of the ship while we are on transit, but other than that, I have the new waypoint on site, so let's give it another try. Okay, here we go. Please... oh, come on. Yeah, so pretty much I did not turn off the gyro control because I kinda wanted to see if it would correct the roll, and it did, but because it corrected the roll, once again it's not in the proper position. We will turn off the autopilot, control it, give it another waypoint in lined up fashion. Oops, sorry, I'm so sorry. It was not what I meant to do, but okay. There we go, so let's give it another try. Alright, so here we go again. Another attempt. Please correct the roll and line up with the perfect position. My approach might also be less than ideal. So let's see, please don't collide with anything. Oh! Success! I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We have successfully attached our craft to the station using only the autopilot and the approach signals that we have created. Alright, so I'm pretty confident that this is going to work consistently, because pretty much every attempt that I made, I just threw the ship into space in a random direction and it always corrected itself into the perfect position. So I'm pretty happy. So now all we have to do is set up the timer blocks and set up the waypoints, actions in the waypoints correctly to activate the timer blocks and all of that. But I'm going to leave that for the future me because I'm running out of time, my friends. But it feels good to have success. So yeah, this was a pretty nice episode, my friends. We upgraded the firepower of our frigate and we also tested it. A lot of space explosions. What there is not to like it, right? And we also upgraded the firepower of our capital ship, obviously. And we got our cargo drone to work correctly. All good things. So I'm pretty happy with the results that we have obtained. Now, in the future, we are going to add the dock in the ship to have the cargo drone unload its cargo, and we are going to test it out over large distances and see if everything still works perfectly. But all of that is something for future me to do. So, with that said, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!